What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Minnie back with another video, and today we are going to do a deep dive into my strategy. APM and AEMD both worked out really nicely today, but today was a bit different. We didn't really get clear opens, and I wasn't on my PC trading today. I was really on my phone, and let me explain why. So basically, um, I'm heading out to Hawaii tomorrow. Okay, so I had to take care of a few things this morning, and I started trading around an hour and a half after open, I would say. And market was looking pretty hot. I was like, okay, this is yesterday was pretty slow, but today is looking pretty hot. So let's put on some risk. So once again, the opening candle. Let's get right into it. Let's start off with AEMD because this is the trade that occurred first. These lines are already drawn from my phone. I believe so. If they are accurate, yeah, this is from my phone. Um, So let's change this to golden because these are our golden money lines. And this is the same candle, but on the 5 minute. Okay, so let's get into it. Why am I marking out 170 and 178? You guys can see that this is the high of that 1 minute candle. Okay, so in the early morning, I was watching the market. I was like, okay, you know what? I wasn't taking any trades right now because I was busy, but I was watching the market here and I saw this pullback into 170, which is the opening high level. I was like, okay, this could make a nice move. It made a decent move, but remember, in order for any move, any big move to happen, and like we've been going through all of our videos, we must grab liquidity. We must stop people out. We must stop shares. We must liquidity hunt. We must trap shorts and longs in order to make that move to the upside, right? So we haven't broken below the opening print, right? We haven't really cracked below it. For example, if we go to PTIX, okay, you guys can see the only reason why PTIX had this massive move into open before the drawdown is because the opening candle was able to stop people out. If it was just grinding, it would have been a way choppier trade, right? But because they were able to grab liquidity off the 200 EMA, grind it up, it was cleaner, okay? So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's go back to AEMD. That's one thing. We haven't grabbed liquidity, but when I started trading this, right, I took this trade right at this area, 170. Okay, and we can look at what just happened. There's my Discord. Okay, 11:16 a.m. Which is I said I'm accumulating AEMD for it reclaimed the opening high. Okay, so this is 11. What time was it? 16. 16. Oh, I actually I came late in here too. I alerted 2 minutes before. Let's see. The bot did it late. Okay, so 11:15, 1 minute before that. So right here, this is when I started accumulating at 12:15. Okay, which is Eastern time. I'm Central. Okay, so this is the time I started accumulating it. After we started breaking out of 172, I started accumulating it here, and then after we pulled back 4 minutes later, I said uh, I said I am. I think I said I'm accumulating somewhere. Okay, I said I'll wait for PTIX to have the move and look for AEMD to pull back on levels to accumulate, and then 11:20, right? A few minutes later, so 5 minutes later, I said I'm accumulating this trade, right? So at 11:20, I said I'm accumulating the dip, which is this right here. So we initially added here. I said I'm accumulating here, and then boom, we had that explosion. But why did I take this? Simply because we were able to break below the opening print, opening low, and grab liquidity, just like we saw on PTIX, just like we saw on APM, just like we saw on BSLK, just like we saw in all the trades yesterday, GXAI, all of these trades, they must grab liquidity to the downside before they make the move to the upside, okay? So you guys can go back to the video yesterday as well and check out how they have grabbed liquidity, but you can clearly see right here, we have grabbed liquidity right below the opening print. We stopped everyone out, and then we started running back up. We rejected 178, which is the 5-minute opening high, pulled back into 170, which is where we start adding because it's the opening high level, and we're holding that. And the EMAs are curling as well, and then boom, we went absolutely freaking nuts, okay? The other trade we had today was APM, where we had members banking like crazy. That's just one of the things. But 12:03. Okay, I said 12:03. I said APM. I took some. Okay, and then later I said watching dips on AEMD and APM for next leg. Okay, APM. I said this on Twitter as well. Make sure you guys are following. I said at 12:03 that same time I mentioned the team. I said definitely has potential to 4 plus today with that wick fill on the daily. So this is a wick fill along with the opening candle print. I'll show you why. Keep eyes on AEMD to pull back so the volume goes into APM, okay? And then we were talking about, I said, okay, this is different. That's the other AEMD trade. Okay, so basically APM is what we're talking about here. Okay, APM 1203 is that time where I said I'm long. 1203, which is going to be 103 market time. So 103 right here. Right, this is when I said I'm accumulating on APM. So why is that? Why am I accumulating on APM at this time? Now, if we take a look at what's going on, another thing that I said to the team is that we are holding the 5-minute opening high. Okay, so if we, this would be our golden candle. Okay, this would be our golden candle. I didn't take this trade, although I was watching it at this level, because we pulled back into it, but I was a little bit scared at the time. I was like, looks okay. But okay, so we got a 5-minute sweep. Okay, first thing, we got a sweep on this candle, right? Which means we have liquidity, which means we stopped everyone out. After we stop everyone out, we have enough liquidity to make a move to the upside, right? Like we said, PTIX had to stop people out on the opening candle before making the move up. AEMD did not make a move until we stopped people out. And then pull back into the EMAs and then trend flip. Okay, so I started accumulating in this area. All right, why is that? The reason being is because we have a downtrend break forming at that time, and I mentioned that to the team as well. We have a downtrend break forming. Nothing else is really running. PTIX doesn't have the best look. AEMD has already ran, so what's going to run next? The one that's in an uptrend, right? So the only one that I really saw in an uptrend was APM, and we saw that we were bouncing off of the opening highs. Hence, we are an uptrend, right? We're making higher lows, right? We're making higher lows. We're not cracking below these lows, right? So shorts are pretty much stuck in this. So I started accumulating here. I said, watch this downtrend break. I'm looking for, what am I looking for? 4 plus. I'm looking for 4 plus today. And I said that at 328. And then we went to 4 plus. So hope you guys learned something from this video. If you guys did, make sure you guys drop a like, comment, and it goes a long way. And if you guys want to trade with me for free, link in the bio.